So along with the having the MLS on my bookmark bar, in my little bookmark folder called Agent Kelly, I
Hmm.
recommend bookmarking MLS Now, Dotloop, KW Command,
Okay.
Showing Time, and this 297 agent website, as well as our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So Showing Time, your account, you'll be able to create. So once you get to like your MLS dashboard, oh, here, let me, a miniature screen. This is what it will look like. What you'll
Hmm.
log into majority of the time is going to be this matrix.
Okay.
Um, and then MLS Touch is the app that you should download for the MLS that's on your phone. Very user friendly, not as complex as like the MLS on your laptop.
Okay.
And then relist is where you find like history of the properties you're looking at, and then showing time is going to be where you schedule majority of the showings. You can
Okay.
access showing time here, and you can also access it on the property that you're potentially going to show. And I'm gonna go over
Okay.
this today. But yeah, so 98% of the time when you're popping in here, you'll just be like, oh, I really need to look up a house that I have a buyer, they want to look at it today. So you'll
Hmm.
pop in, click on matrix, and it'll open up a new tab. And this is what it will look like. Okay. And fun little thing too, like I never use this search bar right. I never use this search bar. The best search tool to use is going to be this.
Okay.
So you can always, it's in different locations on your homepage, but you could rearrange this homepage however you'd like by just like clicking and dragging.
Okay.
Yeah, so I make sure that I have this. So when you're looking up like a specific property address, so say somebody shoots over and it's like a link from Zillow, like, hey, can we look at this property today? Obviously, you would type in the street number here
Hmm.
and then street name. And this was like my old house back in the day. So I'm just gonna look up. And then you click search. All right. And then it will show you all of the times that this property has been listed in the MLS. X
Okay.
means it was expired. S
Hmm.
is means it was sold. And so you kind of want to just like gauge it like, okay, so it was sold back in 11/11/2021.
Okay.
Um, oh, I hear your puppy.
Yep. So she goes, you'll hear her again, trust me.
So it's only like a small little bark. My parents' dog is scary barker.
No, she's the big dog. She's just far away. She's downstairs. She's the
Oh,
German
got it.
Shepherd.
Yeah. Oh, what
Yeah.
kind of dog is she?
She's a shepherd.
A shepherd? Oh my gosh. So my
Yeah.
parents that we rescued a pup during COVID, so it was kind of like I feel like sort of mine too. But
Oh yeah.
he he's he looks like a German Shepherd. His name's Cooper. It's like a German Shepherd, Great Pyrenees Lab mix.
Uh,
Yeah.
sounds cute.
Yeah. And his bark is scary. But yes. So just a little tip on when you do look at this information. So it goes from the earliest to the latest.
Okay.
Prices sold for. DOM means days on market. DDOM means cumulative days on market.
Okay.
And so that's like if they took it off to maybe like fix up some things and then put it back on the market would be when it becomes cumulative days on market.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously the address, city, zip code, bedrooms, baths, square footage, on all that. And then this is taxes per year for that year. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the recent. And
Okay.
then right here where you see this MLS number,
Hmm.
very helpful whenever like if you have like multiple showings, definitely noting down the MLS number of each property you're going to show that day so that when
Okay.
you go into showing time, you can kind of schedule a showing time tour and you would list, and I'm going to show you how to do this, but basically that's where you would list each property's MLS number separated
Uh-huh.
by commas so that when you input it in showing time, all you have to do is input that and then they will create like the best route for
Oh, no
your
way.
showings. Yeah,
Oh, that's sweet.
right? Super nice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And it was so funny. I was training one of these classes and an agent who's in the river office every day, uh, probably been licensed for like 2, maybe even 3 years, had no idea that you could do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So
It's
yeah,
like life
definitely a
changing.
perk. Yeah, for sure. So we'll pop into this. And obviously this is sold, so it's not an active property, but if you click on the
Okay.
MLS number, it will bring you to the old MLS page.
Okay.
All right. So in here, again, basically just kind of like you can look up your old houses, friends' houses, just kind of like get the lay of the land in the MLS so you kind of have an idea of what you're looking for,
Uh-huh.
where where you're like navigating to find things. The more you do, the better obviously you'll be at it.
Right.
Um, yes. So, oh, it's cool. So this one sometimes like if it has been sold, like the photos will go away, but it looks like the photos are still here. So you can just kind of go through the photos.
So this was
Um,
your house?
yeah, this was the house. Yeah, I grew up in this house. Probably was here for like 14 years.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm. But they redid it. So like we had an old school kitchen.
Oh, so this is all different than what
This
you
is
lived
all
in.
brand new. Yeah, like
Mhm.
it all kind of like same, the layout's all the same, but it's definitely like they painted,
Yeah.
got better lighting. I think they
Mm.
probably definitely painted this. Yeah. Oh, this was my favorite
Wow.
room. Yeah, this room was sweet.
That looks like a cool room.
Yeah, it
Is it
was
like off the back of the house?
it is. Mm-hmm. So it was like an
Okay.
addition. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then this is like right next to there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely so
Wow,
this
that's
was all
nice.
brick. Mm-hmm. And they painted white.
Mm.
Yeah, this looks so nice. And then there's still a bathroom there. And then it was kind of like a split level because there wasn't
Oh,
like a
okay.
lot of steps. There was just like a few steps that led to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, like got new light fixtures. Oh, they
Huh.
definitely updated this whole bathroom. And this bathroom is down all your way to the, oh wow, the basement. They redid the basement. That looks great.
Huh.
And the backyard. Oh, I miss this house.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, and wow, it was just sold. So yeah, we sold it, and then I think it was like a year later. Then they listed it again after they did all these updates.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Just flipped it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, oh, it looks great.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so obviously going through the photos, and then it shows what the price closed at, but what it was listed at. So
Okay.
it looks like they got an addition like 10,000 over asking for this.
Hmm.
And then when you scroll down here where it says parcel ID TX, and then you get the parcel ID number. If you click on that, it'll open up a new tab and bring you to what's called relist. And relist is basically like a auditor's website. So it shows you the history of the property.
Okay.
Definitely, again, mess around in here. There's nothing like you can do that would affect anything. So just like peeking around to see where everything's at, looking at comparables, market trends, neighborhoods, neighborhood profile,
Oh, okay.
going through this. Yeah, like a lot of it, like is still new to me. Like this is Mayfield,
Mm.
homestead, parcel ID, legal description. No idea how they
So
come up with that.
is a lot of this like, I guess when it goes to like the comparables and stuff, is that pulled from like a report that somebody created a while ago? Like, or from like an appraisal or
Oh yeah, good question. So yeah, we could actually pop into here.
sorry,
So
I don't know. I'm not trying to get ahead, but
oh no, no, yeah,
just
that's a great
wondering.
question because I'm not sure where it would pull from because I've actually never done a CMA, so the comparative market analysis. I've never
Yeah.
done one in Realist, I actually
Okay.
normally do it through the MLS. There's so many different ways to do a
Oh,
CMA.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you can do multiple ones just to see if like you're in the same ballpark price wise.
Uh-huh.
There is a great video actually on our YouTube channel
Oh, okay, cool.
that shows how to do it and explains it in the MLS. But I do know a lot of agents that use this as
Hmm.
like a quick way to create a CMA.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you can see, like they didn't really do a good job pulling it because the range is from like 600,000 to
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah, it's a
So
wide range.
yeah, I'm not sure how they came up with that. Let's see.
So the main thing in this realist thing is that you use it for, you were saying, is like just seeing the history of the property or
Yes, exactly. Yeah, to see like
okay.
the property details and the history of the property.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. I just want to see when this one was listed, if it even tells us. So to see where they're pulled from, because that's a great question. Oh yeah, so you know what? So it does pull for that were recently sold within, it looks like within less than a mile.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, in a way, I guess it's not very accurate to,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, up to get a good price because it could range. And
Hmm.
it's nice when you're in the MLS doing the CMA because you choose the properties that best compare, obviously, to your listing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, so you pop back in here, then you kind of go down here and you see what the taxes are per year. Oh wow, so they went up significant. But so the most recent would be this 2022, obviously because it wasn't listed in 2023, so this is like the latest.
Hmm.
And then gives a this all this information comes from the auditor's website, and like once the county transfers title, they update this.
Okay.
So if you are listing a house and you look up their relist and it hasn't been listed since 1999, this stuff, the things you will find in here won't be, it would be up to date in 1999. Like it wouldn't,
Right.
yeah. So if your sellers did any improvements, you would definitely want to get that information
Okay.
so that, and then once you sell that house, then this becomes updated to the latest info.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So just kind of like looking here. So it shows all of that. And so down here, it gets into more detail about who bought it, how they buy it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
so this is actually my parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then kind of like where they're at and how much they still owe on it, things like
Oh, wow. That's cool.
yeah. So you get to know all about them from behind the scenes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then kind of like as you see, like refinanced here, refinanced,
Oh, yeah.
sold it, refinanced, and then what they bought it for. So
Hmm.
yeah, so it's cool to just like look at the various properties on Relist.
Yeah,
Especially
definitely.
great tool to use when you are listing a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say like the house had never been listed in the MLS. This is where you'll pull all your information from then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because when
Like for you to list it, you
for you
mean?
to list it, yes.
Okay.
And you wanna definitely have that first meeting with the sellers, get an idea of what they're looking for and going over price, and then definitely going over like room square footage, layout. There's a document. I'll show you where to go. So if you go to your home and then you go down here, you see external links. If you click on input sheet residential, you're
Hmm.
listing the house and you want to um, put it into the MLS. This is kind of that video you'll have to watch so that you get complete access to the MLS.
Mhm.
But what is helpful to bring on your listing appointments when you do meet with sellers is this document. You could also find this document in Dotloop, and obviously on the MLS. And I'll send you a copy in an email as well. But
Okay.
it basically goes over, not everything needs to be filled out. Like, you don't need to do like auction date. Obviously, these would not apply. A lot of it
Yeah.
doesn't apply. But what's super helpful is going to be like, how many bedrooms, where are they located, are they, and how many baths, like is the bath in the basement,
Hmm.
main floor, upstairs, half baths, where are those, where's the laundry located, how many bedrooms are on the first floor compared to the second floor. um then you get an idea of like dining rooms on the first floor, master bedroom you would do level 2, and then the type of floor. You can get into as much detail as you want with this.
So this is used when listing a property on the
When listing
MLS.
a property in the like, you're about to, you meet with the sellers and you bring this document with you. Any updates they do, you definitely want to note it on this document. And
Hmm.
then if it's like super recent updates as well, and
Uh-huh.
like they just redid the roof and they got a new furnace, having like a separate sheet that says update, like roof 2023, furnace
Right.
2020, like just kind of having like anything that markets to the audience, like, oh wow, I don't even have to worry about this. Like, it has already been updated come
Yeah.
2023. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And then you can note that too in your remarks when you're inputting it in the MLS.
Okay. And
Yeah.
where did you get this? Where did you see this link? You scrolled
Yeah.
down from somewhere I
Yes.
looked.
Uh, sorry, I'm doing it so quick. So when you're on your
Oh,
homepage
okay. Yeah.
here and you scroll down and you see these external links,
Yep.
input sheet right there.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And then you'll have access to the various other input sheets. So like if you had a new land listing, um, if you had this is a residential lease. So if it was a new like basically a house that you're renting out.
Hmm.
So if you're like the landlord or you're representing the landlord,
Hmm.
that's the one you would choose there. And then commercial leases.
Are there sort of transactions like that, like where I would represent a somebody who's leasing a property?
Like, you would
Like, is
represent the
that
landlord.
yeah, like is that very common in real estate?
Normally, you're the landlord. So
You're right. Okay.
yeah. So it would be like it would be if you had your own investment property and
Right.
you were then listing it. Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't seen
That's what I
too
thought.
much of people representing a landlord. But then again,
Hmm.
there are some, you have some situations, especially in Lakewood for whatever reason, but where they're out of state or out of country and they want to list what they were using as a rental property
Hmm.
to then list it to sell it. So that's kind of
Oh,
when we would come into play for the most part.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But maybe sometimes they're like, hey, I don't even want this. Like, it's yours now. You could become the landlord. But
Yeah.
there's, yeah. So actually, so we'll pop in and click on, so Market Watch. I'm just going to click on new listings. So we get an active listing and I'll show you how to pop into there. So new listings, let's see. Oh, I'm gonna click that. And also, if you click on display, you can always change it to, I'm gonna do agent thumbnail. And this
Okay.
is a cool way to look at it so that you actually see the picture of front of the house and then
Uh,
kind of having a gist of what the house is about.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's pop in. Okay, we'll jump in this pane. So when you click on the MLS number, it brings you to then the MLS page. And then from here, you again see it just became live today, so it's not even been on the market for a day.
Hmm.
They're listing it for 299.9. And okay, great. So I'm glad this has it. So where you see supplements, this is what you will always need to look at before you go on a showing. So you want to look at
Okay.
the property in the MLS. click on supplements. In here, okay. What we're looking for is going to be the RPD, which is the residential property disclosure. And this document is what the sellers basically disclose to the potential new buyers, everything and anything about the property.
Okay.
And so you want your buyers to have all that information. So if there's a leak happening, it has to be disclosed on that document.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then he included all his like ABAs and everything on there too. Wow. Okay, that's that. Okay, here's the red. This is what your residential property disclosure is going to look up like, and it's a
Okay.
5-page document, sometimes 6 actually. So say your you looked at the property, your buyers love it, and you want to make an offer.
Mm-hmm.
You in your offer, the documents. I'm going to go over this in another course as well, but just to just to touch on it, in your offer, you will need to have your buyers sign this document and the lead-based paint document because that's showing that they acknowledge that they reviewed both these documents and they still want to purchase the house.
Okay.
So you'll grab the documents from the MLS and then upload them into Dotloop to then send over to your buyers to sign.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And
so
that's
like
if they're and that's if just if they're making an offer.
that's just if they're making an offer, correct.
Okay.
And so like for this portion, we're just looking at it because we're going to show it to our buyers later today. And we would just want to have an idea if there's like anything we should be looking out for.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So we're on the first page. Okay. Now the second page. Okay. So owner's name. Owner has been occupying it not very long, since 8/9/2022. So when you go through this, anytime you see a yes and writing is basically, it doesn't have to be red flag, but it's like hone
There's a
in on what
problem
that
there.
says. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Either there was a problem and they fix it, or there's still a lingering problem.
Right. So look for yeses here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, and writing on the line.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So in the clear. All right. Looking good. Cool. Perfect. So yeah, so it looks good. So it doesn't look like there's any current problems.
Okay.
This is, yeah, those where your file will sign. All right. And then this is that 6th page that
Okay.
sometimes people include and sometimes they don't. But it's basically just links to additional resources your buyers want to explore more, and then they would have to sign down there. All right.
Okay.
So you're prepared and you're like, okay, cool. I don't need to make my buyers aware of anything because it looks good. RPD looks good.
Okay.
All right. And then on here, you see, right, if there's like an HOA or a maintenance fee that's like either monthly, annually, semi-annually, you will see it right below the property. So like right here, there is an
Okay.
HOA fee, and that's $300 a year to
Okay.
live in this complex. And what that HOA fee includes is maintenance and entrance maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah. And good thing to note on that, when you do, if you do have interested buyers, then you definitely need to get a hold of those HOA documents so you can get an idea of like everything that the HOA entails, and then they would have to sign those documents when they become the owners.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they have, and the listing agent should provide you all this information.
Okay.
All right. And so kind of just looking here. There is no basement, heating, forced air, gas. Appliances that they are leaving and that will be included with the property are going to be a dishwasher, dryer, range, refrigerator, washer. And then, okay, we'll go there. So the listing agent is Paul Larson. And to schedule a showing, it says use showing services. So scheduling a showing through showing time. Good to know, and I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
Oh, this is interesting. So, for example, if you were to sell contingent on seller finding a house currently looking, so you take close preferred, hopefully sooner. Okay, so say you do have buyers interested in this, definitely noting this broker's remark is something that we can only see, nobody else can, like, so the public cannot see. So in
Yeah.
the MLS, yeah, so MLS basically, once you input something and make it active, it fires to Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulio, and all those spots.
Right.
And what won't fire is like things like this, broker remarks, that supplement I just showed. And this is really good to know because when you do go to write your offer, what would make your offer nice is acknowledging that you're okay to do a 60-day close as the
Right.
seller is contingent on finding a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that information there, say I'm, looking, or I have a buyer. Is that able to be disclosed to the buyer,
Oh yeah.
this information? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
You
sure.
wanna and all the information that's so yeah, that was a great question because everything that you can get since they don't have these tools and you're
Mhm.
their tool, everything provide for you, you want to tell them because if they're
Right.
like, oh, I need to move in 30 days, that could definitely gear them not wanting this house.
True. True. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. So definitely, and the more information you know about it, the more professional you seem and
Yeah.
more like
Right.
ready you are when you're discussing things with them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm sure they see a lot of value in you providing those things for them too,
definitely. Yeah.
you know.
hmm And yeah, and so like here where it says list terms, so basically what this is saying is that they're accepting any cash offers, conventional loan offers, FHA loan offers, or VA loan offers.
Okay.
Yeah. And then right here is going to be your 2.3% is your compensation. And so that's 2.3% of the purchase price. I actually never
Okay.
seen that before, but that will come into
And
play. So say your buyers purchased it at the listing price.
mhm.
I'll put this in the calculator. Times 2.3% equals. Okay, so yeah, so this would be your commission,
Permission for that.
and then this is with the commission you would put in when you're inputting everything into command,
Okay.
and then that's the one it's split at first
Like
when you're
60.
uncapped.
Yeah.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah. So then it would be
Times 0.6. What is it? 6.
oh no, I already did 1.6.
Four, 4, 1, 4, maybe.
Okay, yeah. So then you did this times 64% equals.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, perfect. Yep. And then so yeah, that's what you would take home.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah,
Cool.
and like obviously tend to calculate that once you're under contract.
Yeah, yeah.
Takes a lot. Yeah, doing it earlier just becomes sad when you're not. When you're like, oh, you
I
don't
bet.
want the house.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you're like, okay, what time works for you? You're chatting with your buyers. They'll be like, let's go today at 1 p.m. So right here where it says schedule a showing, that's where you click,
Okay.
and it brings you to a new tab. And here Now, where it says appointment type, this says go and show instantly confirmed with appointment request. So it seems that either
It's
the
open
owner is not living there right now, so it does like whatever
anytime,
time you
basically.
schedule, yeah,
Okay.
you'll be accepted right away.
Is there is there like is that any time literally, or is there like I mean hypothetically, can you go at 11 at night? Like whatever you're
No. Yeah. So
okay.
when you click on, so like let's pretend we're just gonna do a single showing. So when you add just showing cart, that means
Uh-huh.
that like you're probably gonna show that buyer other properties. So
Yeah.
you can always
Okay.
add this one to your showing cart. But when we're just gonna schedule a single showing, it's like the buyer just wants to see this house today. They only have time for this house, so we'll schedule a single showing,
Right.
and
Okay.
then it brings you here. And
I
so
see.
all the yeah, so basically everything blacked is no, well, definitely because it's
Yeah.
11. So, and then so anytime between 12:15 to 7:45, you'll
Cool.
be
Okay.
approved for. And so what you will do is just be like, okay, they want to see it at 1:30. Click on it. This will pop up.
Mm-hmm.
It automatically, let's see, 1:30. Oh, actually, it gave me 30 minutes. So sometimes it will only let you have a 15-minute showing. Sometimes it automatically does 15.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does 30. The more
Okay.
the better, just in case anyone's lost. But 15 minutes
Right.
is definitely enough time, especially if everyone arrives on time and things. But
Mm-hmm.
if available to do a 30-minute, I definitely would take advantage of that too. If they're
Yeah.
super interested in the house too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then here you would just click request appointment and no, okay.
Maybe do you need to do a
Yeah.
buyer's name?
You can, but you do not have to.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like you can add new and put your buyer's information in there, but you do not have to.
Okay.
And then, actually, okay, we can request appointment, automatically confirmed,
Yeah.
and
So
then
hy
it told,
go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
So hypothetically today I could look at a property.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I honestly, I recommend doing that.
Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah,
cool.
like just so you get and you don't have to have a buyer with you. You could bring a friend, you could go by yourself. Like
Yeah,
no one's
okay.
gonna question you. As you see, like I just booked this and now I'm gonna cancel it, unfortunately. But on his first booking, now I've canceled. Sorry, sir. But what I wanted to show is it tells you what type, so it's a combo, what the combo is, where that lockbox is located,
hmm
and then if there's any specific instructions, so please turn off lights and scramble lockbox.
Okay.
Easy enough before you leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So you
so is this
mhm.
an app on your phone, this showing time, or is this in MLS Now
So it's
or MLS
both.
Touch?
So I would recommend downloading the Showing Time app, downloading the MLS Touch app. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and here actually I'll pop up that up and show you. I'm just gonna quickly cancel that. Yeah, last time I was showing an example, I forgot to cancel it. So I'm just gonna quick cancel that. Oh, if you did need to cancel it, you could just pop into Showing Time to do that. And then cancel appointment. Last one. All right, so then when you go into, and I will go over this as well. I actually may have a YouTube channel on me going over this, but I'll provide you these slides, but when the first new agent launch class, I go over basically like the various sites that I kind of touched on in the bookmark bar, but then the
Mm-hmm.
apps to download. So this KW Command app, definitely download that to your phone.
Okay, I do have that one.
Oh, cool. Yes. And what's nice with that, so when you're on this one, the KW Command app, you can just import your contacts from your phone using the app. And then when you log into KW Command, um, mm, when you log into KW Command, your all of your contacts will show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, so definitely the KW Command app. And then the Dotloop app. I haven't used Dotloop so much on my phone. But it is like if your buyers are on the go, they can always pull up Dotloop on their phone to sign anything. And you could always check on your phone if they sign all the documents.
Okay.
Then the other two apps are going to be the MLS Touch app and then the Showing Time app. What's
Okay.
super nice about the Showing Time app too is once you schedule that showing, it shows you the codes and everything. And you're like, oh shoot, I forgot the code. Instead of like pulling out your laptop and figuring out what the code is, you could just pull up the app and it'll be right there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So that's super nice. And then yes, and then so those apps, and then this is like that site 297 agent. Definitely recommend. Same as
What
to the book
what's this site?
297 agent. This is our brokerage site that like we created, the market center created. Here,
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat. This is just super helpful. Like I visit this site basically every day. Like agents will have questions and I'll be like, oh yeah, you go here and you are like marketing material.
Okay.
Oh, I always miss buses. So here there's just like examples of a buyer presentation template, listing template, open house sign-in sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that like
That's good.
for example, you could download all the KWGM logos here by clicking on this.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Command help, specific documents, script library. Oh, this is great too. Also, great thing to explore. You can view all scripts here, but there's tons and tons of scripts. But basically, just reading through them, like for sellers on kind of like what you would say, scripts on that,
Oh, okay, okay. So
recruiting,
this is
FISBO.
all stuff you would like communicate to somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. hmm
Okay.
Like, especially you're doing a lot of cold calling and you don't know what to say or how to keep them on the phone. This is a great way
Yeah.
to
Is there a lot of cold calling involved if you want to, I guess? Or is there
if you want to,
opportunities to?
yes. Yeah.
So
And
like are there numbers provided or
there are, so that we actually do host like call nights. And
okay.
yeah, and a lot of the times that there are the numbers that we get are pulled from like the MLS or we use like our own, we pay for like our own third party site to then
Leads?
get those numbers to then give to you guys.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Um, and it could be from like listings that have been expired or people that have showed interest on various sites. We get their number.
Right.
I come from like so many different sources.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Um, and then we also have what's called opportunity time. And what this is basically any phone call that comes into the office that is a lead, basically,
Hmm.
and you're signed up for opportunity time. So you can sign up for opportunity time, I want to say like once a week, and you're like time blocked between 2 and 4. So 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Any calls that come in to the office of somebody either looking for a house, wanting to sell
Hmm.
their house or whatever would then get fired to you. There's so many different phone calls that come into the office
Right.
that are just kind of just may just be like, oh, they just had a question about this. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to predict on what's coming in, but you can always sign up just in to get practice on
Yeah, for
talking to
sure.
various people. Mhm.
Oh, so when you sign up, that means you will, like, a call will be directed to you, and it's not necessarily a lead, but it could be just some other question.
Exactly. It could be
Okay.
a laundry list of things. Yeah.
Okay. And now
Hopefully it's a
does
lead.
that, yeah, so when you get called, um, like, do you go down to the bottom of the list then? Or
Oh, when you get a call. Oh,
like, are you the person during that 2 hours that gets all the calls, or,
yes, exactly. You are the person during that 2 hours that gets any calls that inbound calls that come in.
I gotcha. And now what if there's questions that you don't know?
Yeah, then you definitely get the
Redirect
person's
or,
information and just be like, hey, yeah, let me check on that. Let me take it back to the team and let you
okay.
know. Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in this. I think it would be pretty valuable.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Hey,
And yeah, so
Kelly.
oh,
Hi, it's
hey,
Renee.
hi, how are you?
Hey,
Oh,
good. How are you?
good.
Sorry about the late pop in, but better late than never, you know?
Yeah.
Regarding opportunity time, so I just was doing this, and apparently there's some, like, if somebody calls with a question for a listing in this office from one of the agents, ethically, we are instructed to give that listing to the agent. So what we do is we go onto the MLS and we scroll down to where the listing agent is. And then after we had already taken down the information of the person requesting more information about this, but from the buyer, then you contact the agent. Is that correct? That's what I've been told.
Yes.
Okay.
If the listing is listed with an agent in KWGM, like Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan, then you do tell the listing agent
Forward.
about that.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of up to like the listing agent to handle that. They could always shoot them back to you. But if it is with a different KW, like Keller
Mhm.
Williams Citywide, then you do not have to obviously give it to anybody
So
within our office.
I am a new agent, I guess you can say. I am. So and I just did opportunity time, and I realized an opportunity with these calls that are calling for agents or calling for agent properties that we have to hand over. I don't think there's anything in the rules stopping us from calling back this potential buyer client to say, okay, well, I gave so and so all your information. Do you have a realtor? And go on and take that buyer for another property.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely do that.
They're open game after that. After you do what your due diligence and handing over that information from the property they're looking at, they are fair to call back and pursue professionally.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Okay, good. I'm glad you confirmed that. I thought so. Okay,
Yeah. hmm
great.
And
Thank you.
yeah, obviously doing it in a professional manner,
Of
you're just,
course.
yeah, that was perfect way to put it. Yes,
Thank you.
you can absolutely do that. And that's what is nice too about helping on open houses. So whenever a listing agent is like, hey, is anyone's interested in hosting an open house this weekend from 2 to 4? Basically what they're saying is I'm the listing agent. I don't want to represent the buyer. I would love if you could host an open house. So potentially any buyers that come in that are interested in the house that aren't working with an agent could be yours. Or if they're not interested in the house you're hosting open house, then just kind of like talking with those buyers to see what other properties they're interested in, and they're not working with a realtor, then they're potentially yours.
If you help out somebody with an open house, are you do a commission split on that?
No, they're basically just saying,
Just
giving
helping.
you the opportunity to potentially get buyers
Oh,
that
right.
aren't working with a realtor. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Like some agents, like it varies, but some agents will be like, uh, showing, some agents will be like, if you take one of the agents clients on a showing because they can't, and you're like, okay, cool, like this is practice for me, they'll be like, thanks. They'll send you $50 or give you
Oh, okay.
compensation. What way? Yeah.
I
But
gotcha.
yeah, I feel like every agent's kind of different on what they do when you do like help out with things.
Right. Okay.
And when you do help with open houses, you won't be obligated to like take a sign or anything like that. They will have that for you.
Okay.
But you can do like a little social media post, run it by the listing agent to make sure like, hey, I'm gonna post this. Is that cool? And like if they wanted you to tag them or I don't know, like delete the
Yeah.
square footage and then everything else look good. Like if just to like run it by them since it is their listing, just so
Right.
yeah, are doing
Okay.
everything. But yeah, definitely very good opportunity with that because you can also get a lot of those through that Facebook group. They'll post
Oh,
in
okay.
there. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, so we have an appointment at 11:30. It's actually on the third floor. I got to get rolling to. But do you have any questions?
I don't. I appreciate your help with this.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for
Thanks,
popping
Sarah.
on, guys.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah, thanks. And yeah, I'll send out that new schedule. I'll get that out by the end of this week on the new agent launch classes. And then everything that I went over here is recorded. And I'll send you guys an email with the additional resources that I went over.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good day, everyone.
All right. You too.
Bye, Jordan. Bye, Renee.
Bye.
Bye.